I want them to make a Zelda game every year, like the one I'm playing right now.
But isn't it a remake?
No,
It's not a remake.
no. It's in the style of a remake that of what they've been doing with the remakes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is a completely original game, which is why I'm been so happy with it and impressed. Echoes for Wisdom Echoes of Wisdom. Echoes for Wisdom.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of the Mii's.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
No, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fresh way to do Zelda, to play as Zelda, actually.
Yeah. Is this the first time?
For her to be the actual character that you just play as, yes. She is a playable character in like Hyrule Warriors and stuff, but this is the first like mainline Zelda game that Zelda is the playable character.
Okay.
Is the main playable character.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to.
So I think Twilight Princess, you play as her for a hot second. I gotta sneeze.
Bless it.
Or maybe, yeah. But yeah, very fun game. Yeah, I really wish. Obviously, it's like they got time to develop, a fun game like this. If they were to do a Zelda game every goddamn year, it would get kind of tiresome. Like new Call of Duty every year. It's so fucking obnoxious.
I get it.
The new Madden game every year. It's the same game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I kind of feel that way about Mario.
They release a new Mario game every 3 or 4 years.
I don't really find them very interesting. They do it a lot, and it's so much I never really.
What do you mean they do it a lot?
They release a lot of Mario games.
I guess in my mind, there's a difference between a mainline Mario game and then Mario used as the thing of a game. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. How about we get into this and then we'll get it back into that?
Sure. This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is
Tommy and Jacob's mixtape. That's the noise I was looking for. Happy New Year.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Happy New Year.
It's a
New
new
Year.
goddamn year.
Yes.
Well, it will be for us. We want to look forward.
Merry Crisis.
Yeah, we're done with that. I'm so over it already.
Why?
I'm just him. Yeah, it's new year, new
year, new me.
Yeah. Now I'm waiting for you to do your thing, buddy.
What thing?
Hi, this is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape.
Oh.
Blah 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 blah.
I was
blah,
distracted
blah,
by
blah.
the Connect the Stars game. Hi, this is TJ's mixtape. I'm Tommy. That's Jacob. We're a movie review podcast. We talk about movies, who made them, all that kind of stuff. But we're not doing that today. Today, we are doing kind of a New Year episode, and we're going to kind of talk about some properties and releases that are coming up that we're excited for. So
Yeah.
we'll just be kind of like off the hip list of things that sounded cool.
Off the hip.
Off the hip.
The
The hip. Half a hippity.
Hip hop.
Yeah, so we just are going to talk about maybe some things you know, maybe ones you don't, because a couple of them I stumbled upon and did not know and got very excited about.
Yeah, there we go. But let's finish that Mario thought. All right, so
Waited with bated breath.
it's like, so you have obviously your Mario Karts, but they generally kind of do one of those per system. They haven't really done a big one since Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
has been the same one since the Wii U.
They just, they added
Yeah.
maps and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. And then you have your mainline Mario games that's like Mario Odyssey, what the
Last one I played.
platformers have turned into and stuff, because that's 64 to Galaxy or to Galaxy Sunshine. I never had a GameCube. What Odyssey turned into. And then Wonder is the most recent one where they kind of did it back to the platform. I mean, they had like this new Super Mario Brothers. You see, they release like a new Mario game every couple of years, but they'll have like Mario and the Rabbids do a party game. I don't really, those are just like using Mario name for a game that could be copy and pasted with anything else.
Well, yeah.
It's like the Mario
But
name.
he's a huge selling point. So
Exactly.
I still consider it a Mario game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't consider Smash a Mario game. But even Luigi's Mansion...
By transitive property, you should. Of
No.
what you're just saying.
No, because even Luigi's Mansion I consider to be... Because they're part of the Mario family. And it doesn't really play that different to me than a Mario game. In exploration and just kind of the bare bones of it, you know?
Of
Mario.
Like
Of
Luigi.
Mario. Yeah, like Luigi's Mansion to me is just a... Could have been either of them at that point. Like,
Really, yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
So
like
then
they play
essentially
very
is a
similar.
Mario game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you just wait. But you don't
But
consider
like
Smash.
Smash, no. Because it's like... And
Even though the actual gameplay when you're playing the storyline of Smash is very similar to a Mario game.
yeah, but I don't know, because that's more of a fighting game. That's the one. That and probably Mario Kart are the ones that stand out the most. But any of those other spin-off ones...
Mario
they-
Party? That's not a Mario game in that sense.
No. I guess not.
Mario Tennis?
That new Mario Party I really didn't like.
Oh, it was just all the mini games, I thought.
I don't remember. I just remember...
I can't remember the last one we played. Because we have friends that get really angry when we play that, so we stopped playing it.
No, like the newest one we played. And I was like, I don't... They went back to the 64 format.
Oh, that was just them. That was just the 64 ones being redone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I liked the one before.
Yeah. The one that wasn't a remake.
Yeah, that one was cool.
Yeah.
That one was fun. And then the new one, I was like, this is not my thing. Yeah. So what do you want to talk about?
How about we talk about Mario more?
Sure.
There's going to be something with Mario coming out 2025. I don't know what it is yet.
Mario will be in something.
Yeah. I mean, what? Okay. So yeah, like we said, we were going to be talking about 2025. I was hoping this would just be more of like a natural conversation as opposed to like, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk about Nosferatu.
Okay.
I know that's not technically, but that's going to be out by the time this comes out. And we're
It's
going to go see it.
It's already out now.
No, it's out tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's at the 25th.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So it's going to be out by the time this release.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm really excited for it. And then I kind of thought about
You
it
just
more.
said it comes out on the 25th. God.
Yeah, which is tomorrow.
Yeah. And then it's like by the time this is released, and never mind.
That's
Nosferatu.
Yes. We're gonna go see it. It's gonna be our Christmas movie, which I'm excited for. Which because it's very not Christmas, but at the same time,
Doesn't part of Bram Stoker's Dracula take place around in Christmas time?
not that I recall. But I'm sure. I mean, it's a really
It does.
long.
There's a part of it, yes.
What part?
I can't remember, but it does. I just remember snow, and there's like Christmas.
It's London. It doesn't have to be necessarily Christmas.
For snow?
It could just be winter.
I mean, that's... Never mind.
It's like Harry Potter status.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There's just like a scene.
Yeah. And then people are like, it's a Christmas movie now.
I kind of adhere to that. I don't know why.
What's that? What?
I said I kind of adhere to that, and I don't know why. That
If
Harry
there's
Potter.
a scene where they're in Christmas, it's a Christmas movie.
That's right. So I was Nosferatu is, if you don't know, long story short, it's Dracula, but it's not, because when Nosferatu was originally made, the rights to Dracula were hard to get from the Stoker family, yada yada yada. So the original black and white movie was Dracula with a different vampire, similar concept
What
of
happened to my DVD of that?
a immortal creature of the night is obsessing over a young woman, and they did a remake with it with a pretty amazing cast.
It's got Skarsgård playing Nosferatu.
Yeah, the Count, and Lily Rose Depp, or is it Rose Lily Depp? Lily Rose Depp. Nicholas Hoult. But I'm also just realizing Nicholas Holt's just having a really good boom here.
He's going to be Luther.
Yeah,
Which-
he was in Jury number 2.
Yeah.
That new Clint Eastwood, which I didn't know watching it until the credits rolled. And I was
Juror
like,
number 2.
Jury number 2, what'd I say?
Jury number 2.
Oh. Jury number 2, which was interesting. But yeah.
It feels like a Clint Eastwood movie.
No, it's really weird. It's got this really weird aesthetic in the sense of, because it's a great cast. It's obviously a high production. There's a lot of, money put into it, but it looks like a really polished like TV movie. Mm-hmm. Like it looks like a really well done Law and Order episode because everything is just a little too new looking. And everything kind of looks like a set. It kind of
does. It kind of present as like a syndicated television show, like
Yeah.
camera wise as well.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's really weird. It's a really weird movie, but Nicholas Hoult was great in it. It's very quiet acting on his point, because you know the whole premise, right?
Nope.
He is
A juror?
summoned. He's summoned for jury duty, and then
I guess he's number 2.
yeah. And as he's sitting there
Who
and he's
does
getting
number 2 work
he's getting
for?
the details of the case, he comes to realize that he's the one that murdered the victim. He didn't know it at the time though.
Weird.
So this guy
How do you murder somebody and not know it?
this guy this boyfriend is arrested for murdering his girlfriend, and then when he starts hearing the cases, he realizes that when he was driving through a storm in that area, he hit a deer. Lo and behold, it was her. So it's him trying to get the guy off, but also not incriminate himself. And it was really interesting.
That is an interesting story.
Yeah.
It's just directed by Eastwood, right?
Written too.
Written by
Yeah,
him.
written.
Oh,
It said
wow.
written, directed by Clint Eastwood, and I was just like, oh, interesting.
I
But
didn't know that he wrote.
But yeah, that was a weird tangent. But yeah, Nosferatu. I'm looking forward to it, and then the selling factor for me, honestly, was because of Willem Dafoe being in it. I just
really?
thought that was really meta and funny.
Because he played Count Olaf.
Yeah, and the
yeah.
Shadow of the Vampire.
You know, there's got to be interviews of him talking about that. There has to be. There has to be an interviewer somewhere that's like, we got to talk about this.
Well, I'm just curious who he's gonna be. It's one of those movies I've really gone in, even with doing this. I've gone in.
I've seen
nothing.
like maybe 2 promos for it, and that was enough for me to be like, I want to watch this.
Yeah, I didn't want to get anything from it, so
Yeah.
like ruin it.
It looks like it's
Orlok.
going to be
we keep
very.
saying Olaf. Orlok.
Oh yeah,
We keep saying Olaf.
Count
Who
Olaf.
the fuck is
what is
Olaf?
that from?
Who's Count Olaf?
You got to look that up.
Yeah, that's something, right?
Yeah, Count Olaf.
Count Olaf, fictional character. Oh, fucking series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
Okay. I never put those two together.
Oh, that's funny.
Orlok and Olaf. Huh.
There's just the weird similarity in the names.
I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like that must have been on purpose. It
might
could have
be.
been.
It might. Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. That looks. I don't know. But then that's why I stopped myself from talking off camera. It is Roger Eggers, who I have a very, and I say love hate, and that's really strong, and I don't mean it like that.
He's an amazing filmmaker.
But it's not.
But it's a film.
50% of the time, it's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean?
What is it? The Witch.
The Witch, Lighthouse, Northmen.
I've actually only seen half of one of those films.
What?
The Witch.
Oh, you never finished it?
I don't think I did. I keep falling asleep.
I still haven't seen the Lighthouse, but
I really want to see The Lighthouse because of Robert Pattinson.
I think-
Willem Dafoe.
yeah.
He likes Willem Dafoe.
The Lighthouse definitely looks like my shit, but I haven't.
I think Willem Dafoe's in The Northman too.
You think?
I think he is. Yeah.
Well, I got his thing open right here. Let's see. Willem Dafoe. He plays.
You see, this is how we talk in an everyday life when we're not talking, like doing reviews. I think this person is in that. If you want, let's look it up.
I forgot he was in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, dude, he's like one of the best parts of that.
Yeah,
movie.
he's the. Oh, he is in the Northman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, he does. He just likes Willem Dafoe. What's not to
Maybe
like?
Willem Dafoe likes working with him too. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-way street.
I like Willem Dafoe.
1-way street, 2-way street. Stoplight, go. Well, speaking of Nicholas Hoult,
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in the Superman movie.
Oh, I wrote that down too, just as like a little thing. I'm okay.
It's not like I'm super looking forward to it, but I'm interested because 1, it's James Gunn.
Yeah.
2,
Kind of my reservation about it.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
And when I saw Nicholas Hoult as Luthor, I was like, okay, about like a week ago, I was just lost in my own brain. I'm like, who today could play a good Lex Luthor? Who's got that shape of the face? And by like, what I mean is like, Luthor, obviously, you know, different people played him and he has different looks throughout the years. But the Luthor that's just I associate immediately is the Justice League animated series, Luthor.
Oh, like real olive skin, really big fucking
I guess not. I mean,
demigod.
the olive skin is kind of a whatever. I mean, he's not super olive skinned. He's, you know, more like Italian olive skinned, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I just like because it's a cartoon in comparison to like him standing next to Superman.
Yeah,
He's very dark.
who is white Kansas boy.
Yeah, he's very dark and just in comparison. But
Yeah.
that wasn't even my point. My point is that he's this Greek god looking
Yeah.
giant man, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, Nicholas Hoult isn't necessarily that. There's also a slenderness to Luthor that's also in my mind.
they kind of got they kind of combined like Smallville Lex Luthor,
Yeah,
Justice,
he was a great Lex Luthor.
Justice League, Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor. They kind of made this combination between the two to me.
Jesse Eisenberg, really?
Yeah.
Because of the slenderness?
Yeah, just like really slender. I guess what I was gonna. My point is I want the yoked Greek god Luthor.
I guess I would rather Luthor not be like yoked Luthor. Like Nicholas Hoult, I think, is a great cast because he's got a very long frame, but he's also fit. So
yeah.
like that's kind of is like I want my Luthor to be surprised. You know, Jesse Eisenberg is, you know, he's more wiry fit type thing. Nicholas Hoult takes off his shirt. He's not James McAvoy. James McAvoy would have been a great Luthor.
That's funny. We were watching Speak No Evil. I was like, who could he be in a comic book movie?
He would be a great Luthor,
besides,
actually.
you know,
Xavier.
Xavier, yeah.
Yeah, he would have been a great Luthor, actually.
That's a good one.
Like,
Well,
a
okay,
little bit
that's
older,
actually-
just the one you're just talking about, the
Yeah.
ripped Greek
Yeah,
gods.
well, and then
goddamn.
also because and I don't like doing this because it's not fair because it's a creative choice that people make. But when I think of that Luthor, the Justice League animated show Luthor, I always go to the scene where he makes a clone of Superman that he controls.
Oh, yeah.
And starts using him as his own personal like hitman police force kind of thing. But hates Superman so much that he puts his clone into a red sunroom and then beats the living shit out of it just to prove that man to man with no superpowers, I can fuck you up. And that was a wild choice for a kid's show because that's really dark. And I was like, that's my Luthor. He's just like, nah, He has such a complex about being just a mortal man that is a really interesting, you know, it's an interesting, in a world of metahumans. You know, because before metahumans, he was the tip top. He was like tip top physical condition, a genius, billionaire, everything. And then metahumans came in, and then he became just a man. And it's I want that Luthor on screen, which
I think Nicholas Hoult could do that.
yeah, it's just I'm now thinking now I'm got stuck of James. James would be
Oh, James McAvoy.
yeah, just
James McAvoy would be a great Luthor. Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of people, that was cool. I liked it. I know you were kind of lukewarm about it, but I did.
Not as lukewarm as that other one that we watched.
Oh, fucking High Rise.
Yeah, that was.
That was. I did find out that with the differences with the Danish Dutch one.
Oh yeah.
The ending is really different.
Really?
The Danish Dutch one is pretty brutal.
Tell me.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. If people haven't seen it, I don't want to. We'll do it off.
Fine. We're not going to remember. Anywho, we'll remember eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't do our connection at the beginning.
I don't want to spoil two movies in one.
All right, fair.
Oh yeah. But last week we were doing our connection games, and it was Kevin Bacon 2.
John Leguizamo.
And what'd you get?
John Leguizamo is in Chef with Jon Favreau, which Tommy had to remind me of that one.
Oh, I thought we were doing let's just do the short one. The one you came up with.
That is the short one, I thought.
No, that's the.
Oh, hey, speaking of Nicholas Hoult, that's
Yeah.
right. Wow, my brain I didn't even actually recognize.
I thought that's why you're bringing it up.
No. No, I don't know. That's weird. Okay, so Kevin Bacon is in it's First Class, right?
First Class,
X-Men
yeah.
First Class with Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult is in The Menu with John Leguizamo.
And that is how they're connected.
That's the one connection.
Yeah, mine was a little more complicated than that. But yeah. Speaking of,
Right in the middle of the episode.
A lot of Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah. Is this the Nicholas Hoult episode?
It was really fun when I was
He was, in the
watching.
movie, he was in the show Skins.
When I was
Remember
watching
when he was in
Jury
Skins?
number 2, my mom was like,
Juror number 2.
he looks really familiar. And I was trying to think of something that she had seen.
With him in it?
Yeah, and I was trying to, and like Split, no, not Split, Skins came in my head.
Do you think she'd watch Skins?
No, that's why I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
kind of trying to go through things that I was like, what would she have recognized him
X-Men,
in?
I would assume.
She hasn't seen those. She's really fallen off that franchise. And I was like, about a boy? And
Oh,
she-
when he's-
and I was
he's
like,
a kid.
he's a little kid in that? And she was
Yeah.
like, oh, well, he grew up to be really handsome. And I was like, yeah. But then
Is
I
he?
went, Nicholas Hoult?
Yeah.
I think he's really handsome.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think he's really cute. He's kind of, he's really tall.
Yeah, he is.
How tall is he?
I'm gonna say 6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah, look it up.
You're not my manager. No, you're not my supervisor.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, J.K. Simmons is in Juror number 2.
Oh,
That guy is. I'm so happy for him. He's doing that kind of late in life, just kind of having fun shit.
yeah, because
you
like
know?
there was a moment where
he's
was
6'3".
he's 6'3".
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even guess your height. But anyway, I feel there was a moment in J.K. Simmons' career where I feel like he was just recognized as the dad from Juno.
Or Jameson,
Jameson.
JJ.
This is way before that.
Well, I'm just saying that's another part of his career where people just saw him
Yeah.
as JJ Jameson.
I feel like that. Oh, that's right. Spider-Man. No, Juno was way after Spider-Man. What am I talking about? I forgot he was in the original Spider-Mans.
Oh, you thought I meant the Tom Holland ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is. That was the best thing they ever could have done.
So he was
Is
definitely.
he in the Marvel's game as Jay? No, he's not. It's not him. That would have been really
That
cool.
would be cool. But no, I mean, J.K. Simmons, this is interesting. This is kind of a spin of like two things with bringing up him because we just watched Red One.
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't mind it.
I told my mom to watch it Sunday night. I was
Yeah.
leaving, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, if you're interested, it's not free on whatever." And she texted me like an hour later, and she loved it.
Yeah.
It's very fun. I don't know what people ripping it apart. I don't know what you were going into expecting.
What reviews were you saying that is being ripped apart?
It's just it was just Instagram shit. People like us, interviewers reviewing people, self-made podcast kind of things. We're just like kind of.
Well, okay. I don't feel like we're pretentious. I feel like we actually approach something to like the sense of what is the container, what is it trying to do.
I'm just gonna go on record. I'm sure there's moments where we have been.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I think it's inherently very hard to not do in this space.
To be two white guys talking about movies.
in a podcast.
We're aware of ourselves.
The Witcher's a woman. I don't care. I just know that's the hot topic on the internet. I think Siri is an interesting choice. I get it. That's a whole other fucking conversation.
Is that coming out next year?
No,
2026?
I think that they want it to, but I don't. I think they're hopeful, but I don't think that's physically possible
Yeah, that's
for what
fair.
they're trying to do. I don't think that.
Yeah.
If they did, it wouldn't be good.
Okay, cool. Red One. Sorry, Mike. I saw you going down a path.
Oh yeah, just people are just ripping it apart and just being like, it's this really. It was kind of like.
Were they ripping apart by everything that it's meant to be and wanted it
Yeah,
to be?
it's formulaic, like silly action movie. This kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it is. It's
and you're
100%
like, yeah,
that.
that's what it is. The Rock sitting.
Why do you
there-
think people like Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, like there is, like we say popcorn movies,
Yeah.
and that's a common phrase. And this is a popcorn movie. That's what it is. It's to sit there and just kind of turn off your brain and feel good.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas action
Is
movie.
it necessary? Probably
No.
not.
Is it fun? Yeah. Like sitting there and having Dwayne The Rock Johnson as a big ass elf
Yeah.
and saying the most serious lines about
Dude. Yeah. Christmas.
They kidnapped Santa Claus, and you're like, this is fucking hilarious. Like,
And Santa Claus is like jacked.
yeah, he's like, it's J.K. Simmons, and he's in great shape.
Well, it's the interesting thing about that movie that I keep coming back to in retrospect is how they like militarize everything.
Yeah, it's a recon mission.
But in a jolly way is the best way to put it.
Well, yeah, like I was saying to you about how like the military is involved with Santa Claus, and they're like giving him an escort from Minnesota or wherever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, it's very like America, but it's a funny concept.
So America. Yeah.
It's a funny concept that our top star generals are involved in the
It's a top secret mission.
yeah, and it's just like it was like
Or is it top secret? Because they want everybody to believe in Santa.
yeah, but it's like, you know, it's the Constantine thing. Knowing and believing are two different things.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you still hear the bell?
Yeah, you know. But I just thought it was funny because also it's men in it's Christmas Men in Black kind of in a way.
Yeah.
It's like there's this like secret
That's a good way to put it.
There's
Yeah.
this secret organization that is involved with all these mythical creatures that all live in
The headless horseman.
they interview interrogate the headless horseman,
So fun.
but also
We're bringing in the usual suspects.
but also the pumpkin and the body are two different. They had to interview them separately because they're two different. I thought it was funny. Like
I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, she was like talking about it, and they had to interview the two of them separately.
See, they got the same story.
Yeah. I was like, that's funny. Like, I don't know. It's like,
That's the container of the movie. That's
Yeah.
what it's. Yeah.
and I enjoyed it. So if you're looking for something like, it's one of those movies I
It
can easily.
actually made me kind of tear up at the end.
Yeah, it was sweet. You know, he turns back into a kid. And,
Well, it's like he doesn't turn back into a kid. He sees.
yeah,
the
yeah,
kid.
yeah. He sees the inner child. But I think also it's kind of funny the fact that Dwayne Johnson is just the common denominator in being able to make really good
shitty movie.
movies, but buddy comedies. He can
Yeah.
have chemistry with anyone. He's had chemistry with Sean William Scott, Kevin Hart, Chris Evans, you know, like
Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, like,
he learned it from wrestling.
but like it's like anytime you need fill in blank, you throw him in there,
Yeah.
and then he makes it like kind of round out more. And I was kind of really the rocked out there for a while.
Oh, really? Oh, I mean that's easy. Yeah,
You know, I don't know.
he's in like 4 movies a year.
He's the Mario. Making special appearances.
He's the new Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like he's the biggest action star, probably next to Tom Cruise in the world.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Tom Cruise still holds that because Tom Cruise is just a fucking lunatic and he's really impressive.
Yeah,
At a 50-year-old man, like,
60.
I'm gonna drive this motorcycle off a cliff.
he's like 65.
No, he's not. No way.
He's like youngest 62.
He's not in his 60s.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
100% he is.
Holy shit, he's 62.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I know.
Fucking crazy do a crazy do. Like, go, man. Go you. I fucking respect the shit out
Right?
of that. Like, I'm sorry. You can say what you want about his, like, personal life and everything, but that's...
Impressive?
That's fucking impressive. A 60 or two. It's signs of early onset dementia is what
It's
it
like,
is.
you think about when I ask you, imagine a 60-year-old man.
It's not Tom Cruise.
It's not Tom Cruise.
Well, that's why it's like when you're saying he's 60, because it just, your brain can't fathom that a 62-year-old man is like...
Looks 40-something
Yeah.
still.
Like, good.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
That's really mind-blowing.
Well, let's go back where this all began with J.K. Simmons.
What? Who? Who are you talking about?
We were talking about J.K. Simmons, who's Santa in the Red One,
Mhm.
and there's things that so I'm looking forward for the patch of Baldur's Gate 3.
What does that have to do with J.K. Simmons?
He's the voice of the Merkel god.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's in
him.
Korea. Yeah.
He's just having fucking fun.
Doing
He's
everything.
He's fucking Omni-Man and
Yeah.
killing it in that. He's got reprised as JJ, which is like, that's one of those like lightning in a bottle casting choices. I cannot
Yeah.
think of anyone else in the world that could have been him and nail it like that. And he has like in all 3 movies has like what, 15 minutes of screen time maybe.
You know who would have been really funny to see at some point in their career?
Hmm.
They would have played it completely differently. Burt Reynolds.
As JJ,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
The mustache.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. So it would be a lot more comedic one.
Does he have a little Hitler stash? Doesn't he?
Kind
It's kind
of.
of Hitlery, right?
I mean, I would say more Charlie Chaplin-y, but
I've been ingesting a lot of
it's
Nazi
Nazi stuff.
That's a weird way of putting that.
We should actually rephrase that to World War II.
I've been killing a lot of Nazis.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
been doing that. Sniper Elite.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Sniper Elite and been finally finishing Man in the
Them
High.
Nazi scalps.
Taters. And then I've been finally finishing the Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
So that's probably why the Hitler thing is.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for the final update of Baldur's Gate 3 because I can finally play with all of my PC friends. Because most of the people that I have that isn't you play on PC, so I can't really do a lot of cross-platform with a lot of games.
I mean, I'm also excited for them in the sense of having their final update, because something like that too is like a studio working on this thing for so long could just get really taxing. It's fun as it might be, or how much you love the project, just doing the same thing and working on it. So I'm just like happy for them to be able to then move on to their next thing and kind of we live in this interesting time now, you know, where a game came out back when we were younger. A game came out and it was garbage. It was garbage. And that was all. And
there was nothing you could do about it because it was on a disc
It was done.
or it was on a cartridge.
Yeah. Like the Xbox 360, you needed to buy a separate wireless adapter.
The first gen Xbox 360.
Yeah. You know, the little thing that plugged into the back and it hung on, and that's what got you your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi. And we've come very far.
Now everything's
Like to backwards compatible, you used to have to get a CD, a DVD, a CD, or a CD-ROM, and then put on your computer, get the backup files, take that, then put it in your Xbox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you didn't have the wireless, if you didn't have a way to connect the Xbox to the internet.
Oh, wow.
You had to do this whole, you had to burn down the backwards compatible, whatever got added to the list. You had to burn that. And we've come along in a very short amount of time.
No, how does that work?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. If you didn't have the internet, you had to do that.
Yeah. You had
Oh, so then you could just like keep the catalog available on the 360, and so then you could put whatever disc you wanted.
Yeah. But you just had to like.
You're like updating the software.
Yeah, basically, but with a CD. That's just, I thought it was.
Man, that's crazy.
And it's like, I only mentioned that because it's really not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. But I
mean, that's what, 15 years ago?
Yeah. It's not that long.
It's like half of our lives almost. I don't know what you're thinking
What?
in the grand scheme of things.
Like, yeah, like 15 years is not really that long.
I know that. Then the last
If you go from 15 to 30, yeah, if you think of that way.
our lifetime, the way that technology has evolved is just remarkable.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, even my very first console, the Super Nintendo, is eons. You know, it's like, it's been actually, it's kind of
The greatest of its generation.
For a video game fan. I really think that this period has been just really incredible. And actually, that kind of leads me into the other thing I want to talk about. Have you, my friend, seen any trailers for something called Crimson Desert?
I don't know.
It's a new video game coming out.
I don't know.
And Crimson Desert, it is a action RPG.
Okay.
And I will show you the trailer as soon as we're done here, and you're gonna be. I know. I think we need to rediscuss actually.
Just need to get a Chromecast to plug into it.
Yeah, I think
we don't have to tell her.
we don't.
Yeah,
just kind of stash it back there.
Exactly.
Because that would be cool. Like break, watch that, and go. What'd you think?
Yeah.
But no, it's just a new RPG, and it just looks. It's supposed to come out late 2025, and it just looks absolutely incredible.
Late 2025.
Yeah, but I kind of wish the trailer is what sells it.
Cool story, bro.
It looks cool. I forgot about it.
Action RPG, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's very
from what you've seen, vein of what game?
There are elements that remind me of Witcher.
Okay.
Way more fast-paced combat though, which that's what's kind of cool. Like
Okay.
what's happening in it is kind of insane for the amount of movement that's happening in one moment. Has kind of vibes of the newer Assassin's Creed trilogy.
So would you say maybe like Black Myth mixed with Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah, okay, that's a good way of putting it, but in a medieval setting, like a medieval.
Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, but
Not fantasy?
it is, but it feels like in a more grounded, like it's closer to our world than it is Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma really does feel like a different,
Fair.
like kind of in a
Like a D&D world.
yeah, like yeah. Dragon's Dogma feels
Like
like
Faerun or something.
Yeah, something
Faerun.
like that. But then kind of more grounded in kind of an Elder Scrolls.
I thought they were going to say Elden Ring. I was like, that is very
no,
not grounded,
kind of
bro.
like a Elder Scrolls kind of thing.
All right.
But it even like there's this towards the end of the trailer, it shows like you can travel around in hot air balloons,
Oh, that's fun.
which is just fun. But then there's another scene, and the main character is riding his horse towards the edge of a cliff, and then he Yoshi's it, so he jumps off with the horse, then jumps off his horse, and then he turns into this fucking Death Eater cloud thing, and you could just fly around like that.
What happens to the horse?
I don't fucking know. Yoshi. There's an egg. I don't know. Who cares? But yeah.
Oh, God. What was that in Shadow of the Colossus? What was your horse's name?
Oh, that too. There's like, that's what I'm saying. It really does look like.
Ico?
That's the noise he made.
That's the name. I think it's Ico.
Ico. No, I know that doesn't feel right. I don't remember anymore. I just remember that noise because I thought it was really annoying when you called your horse.
Really?
Yeah. That game creeps me out.
It was beautiful.
It is, but it gives me an existential crisis.
Oh, 100%. I totally know why.
Yeah, it's just empty. Even then, because when you call him and you're like in the canyon, it just echoes.
The greatest thing about that game was when you're just like exploring everything, and then when you discovered that you found one of the colossi, when you're like, oh fuck, there it is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Like you're suddenly standing on it. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, you're like, oh fuck.
Oh well, there's even in that trailer too for Crimson Desert. That's like they have like a Shadow Colossus mechanic in it.
Like,
It's not of that scale, but like climbing a character like Treebeard.
yeah. Scaling a thing to
Like
attack,
that
yeah.
size, which Dragon's Dogma did too, actually, which was really fun.
Link to the Past has that as well. Not Link to the Past. Zelda.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom with the dragons.
Agro.
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 Agro. Ah, there it is. Agro. Yeah. And then Agro.
Agro. No.
I have the remastered of that, and it's still in the wrapping.
Oh wow, really?
I haven't been able.
For the PS4.
PS4, yeah.
Yeah. I think I have the PS4 just digital.
Yeah. I really.
Or maybe it's the PS3 remaster.
How long would that? Do you say that game is? What?
Ooh.
30 hours? Like if you just.
People can speedrun that in like 6.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
I'm just like, if you think speedrun, like
6, then yeah, 30. Then that's what it doesn't feel huge to me. Because what? There's 12 of them. 12, right? 12 of the Colossus.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
It's
I
been
was
so
in
long.
Spokane when I played it.
Yeah, I think we should stop talking about that game because it's been so long that we have no idea what we're talking about. Because someone's sitting there like, no, it's 8. Stupid.
I will say this is that the perfect song to play while you're playing that game is Cowboy Dan by Modest Mouse. Or just
That's
the
a-
Lonesome Crowded West album
Like-
fits that game so weirdly well.
Like the intrusive thought in my brain. Do you know what song just started playing? What I've done. has done
Oh, Linkin Park?
Yeah, that joke where they
Oh,
directed by Michael.
oh, what I've done.
I don't know why I was so stupid. I was like, I can't think of the name, and then I said the name and that What I've Done by Linkin Park.
Start again.
There's also a new Little Nightmare coming out this
Oh,
year.
really?
Yeah, Little Nightmare 3, which I'm really excited for. Did you
I
ever
never played them.
Really?
No, I never got to it.
Oh, I really, really think you need to put that on your list. They're short.
I've been meaning to. but
They're
it's like-
really incredible.
I think, okay, so I'm going to finish Echoes of Wisdom. Why do I keep saying that? Echoes of Wisdom. And I'm going to finally get around to playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that you bought me for my birthday. Because I think I'm ready to finally get back into Final Fantasy VII. But I need to play Intergrade first. And I need to check see how many hours that is.
Okay. Well, I think then, so what you should, and then take this with a grain of salt, do it or don't, I don't care. But I'm just thinking that Little Nightmares would be a good in-between, and
I'll get it on my Switch.
I think I have them.
Oh, you just have the disc?
I think so.
Oh, perfect.
But I think that's a good bite-sized little in-between big, long narratives. Because I really just think that with the body horror and everything, that it's really your jam.
And they're kind of like a puzzle game, aren't they?
They're a hide-and-seek kind of puzzle game.
Ah, okay.
And, all the adults are these
grotesque things.
Morphic things. And it's actually really scary. It's really, really great tension building. And it's like this, I don't know, it has this like Little Big Planet kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, it's like Little Big Planet mixed with
Unravel.
H.R. Geiger? No, that's a little too extreme. Maybe.
But it has this like, you're like, this is kind of cute. And then like, this is really depressing.
Like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Del Toro.
Yeah, or Limbo. Isn't it? Didn't they do that?
Limbo?
Yeah, didn't Supermassive do Limbo?
Oh, they may have.
I don't remember now. Maybe they did. That feels like a thing they did. That feels like it's definitely in their wheelhouse.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
List of games by Supermassive. Yeah.
I really want another game from that video game company.
Who?
That video game company. The people that did Journey.
Oh, yeah, it's like a From Software name.
Yeah.
It was really like, we are talking about a game.
Who? I'm gonna go see the Who.
No, you're just like
Who?
the
Who?
The company.
Who's on first?
I just said Little Nightmares 3 is coming out.
Oh, who's on second? What's on first?
Oh, and then also that Directive 8020 is coming out by them the same year too. The new Dark Pictures anthology.
Oh yeah.
Okay, y'all. I don't know. I missed it because I didn't play The Devil in Me. Apparently they did like a Marvel teaser trailer for Devil in Me is like the most recent one. They did a teaser trailer for it, and there's like this whole thing. But y'all, I had no idea there was a new Dark anthology that's based off the fucking thing.
Looks cool.
Or
sounds cool.
I'm sign.
I think I may have saw a little bit of a trailer for it. I think you may have sent something to me a while ago.
I want to own every single one of these on physical copy and have them lined up and displayed like a collection.
I think that's an achievable goal.
I think so too. Starting with Until Dawn and going until the,
Was Until Dawn the first one?
Yeah, Until Dawn is like technically not part of the Dark Anthology series because it was kind of like, it was like the pilot. It was the start of it, and then it became...
That's the fucking start of it. Well, I guess the remakes, there's, whatever polishedness they did to it.
Yeah.
But
well, because like Until Dawn doesn't have the Dark Pictures anthology tag. Yeah, they hadn't done that yet.
Yeah, but...
So the first one technically...
But I'm saying, if that's like their first one and how captivating that was...
Oh, I can only imagine.
I heard did they do the Quarry?
They did.
I heard that one...
Not the same writers, though.
Okay, because I heard the Quarry was not good.
I've heard mixed things. Some people really liked it. Some people didn't. But it was definitely more polarized than the Dark Pictures. Pretty much everyone... The Dark Pictures are a very niche-y, to me, kind of...
It's kind of playing a storybook.
Yeah. It's a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Yeah.
And I just can see you that really kind of just being you're into that or you're not.
Yeah.
Like I was really into it. The only reason I fell off of this series is because for two of them, the Until Dawn and the Man of Median, I both had game crashing bugs like halfway through my playthroughs. So I had the Until Dawn. That one happened. I was like, fuck it. I'll wait a long time and then I'll play that. Then I had it again. And then I just was like, I'm not going to touch this series. And then we played Until Dawn for spooky season.
Yeah.
And had a great time and did pretty fucking well. Pretty irritated.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Didn't look up shit.
Well, it was like
which was really hard for me.
We had only one death until the very end.
Oh my god! I actually forgot about it. Yeah, actually, we didn't do very well. It really came out at the seams there at the end of that playthrough.
Well, because like literally the choices you had to make to to survive or to save everybody, to survive everybody, is pretty crazy actually.
Yeah. That was cool.
Which is interesting now that I know that. Going into the other games, I would definitely be like, oh yeah, well now I know it's like really I know what direction you want us to go. Did you play that David Harbour one?
What was that called again?
I thought it was a remake.
Yeah.
Alone in the Dark.
I heard no, I did not, but I heard that was not.
It was panned really bad. I still want to play it.
I mean, because even with the anthology thing too, Bandai Namco does the Dark Pictures, and then 2K Games did Quarry. They're the publishers. That's
okay.
the publishers, but that's like a totally different, team involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that it got panned. I didn't really hear great things about it. There was a lot of excitement. Video games are just weird because there's a lot of excitement and emotion behind them. So when they even kind of falter a little bit, I feel like the fans turn on them really quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's really unfair.
Video game fans, though, are kind of... I mean, it's annoying how quickly they can turn, but it is kind of like... I can't think of that word. We care so much. We see something, we're like, yes. We're easily excitable too. All the Mountain Dew that some drink,
Code Red.
Or what is Kickstart? Kickstart.
Yeah, Kickstart. I used to love Kickstart.
I don't know if like sugar free. Most of it is,
Yeah.
or low sugar. But it's there's a care so much. So yeah, when you're, and also fucking, we spend so much money on this shit. It's like, it's so irritating. It's like I feel like there really needs to turn into this like length of the game equates to price of the game. If there's a game that you can easily put in over 100 hours, I'm totally happy to spend upwards to $80 on that.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a game that it's like 40 hours of gameplay, it should be essentially like $1 a minute in a way.
Yeah,
maximum of $80.
You'll get that. You get that with indie publishers and stuff like that. You're not going to get that with AAA. You're never going to.
No, and that's that. I find that really frustrating because like okay, the Dragon Quest III 2D HD remake. I'm really happy about it. For me, it was probably $70. That game's not worth $70. That game was worth $40. Half the price of
I
it.
don't think it was $70.
It was a Nintendo game, brand new, $70. Or it's $60, $59.99 or $69.99.
I think it was like $50, the $60.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know.
So it's just kind of like, it's because like back, I don't know, maybe it's because like even like back in the old days, like sometimes a game, the price of games really hasn't changed, I guess.
No. In fact, the fact that it stayed at 60 for as long as it has is kind of impressive. They could have marked that shit up a lot over the, and they have, in the sense of you're trying to get the deluxe super fan, you're only a real gamer if you buy this edition, that kind of thing. But I personally just think that the narrative a little bit and the perception of it needs to change in the sense of, okay, like BioWare's Anthem, right?
Mm-hmm.
That game came out that had a lot of drama behind it. It was going to be a service game. They were going to keep servicing it. It was going to be this thing. Everyone was really excited, and then they pulled the plug. And I still find that game at secondhand stores for like $10 or whatever. I'm like, this game's dead. Yeah. There's nothing happening with this. It's completely not a thing anymore. This should
be free to stream.
This is an empty shell. And you still see it on sale on digitally. Like, I get the store doing it to sell
the store.
No.
The store. Yeah.
I get it because they have the physical copy. But that shit needs to be free now to have any kind of...
The movie that came out 15 years ago and
that.
nobody wants to watch anymore.
Because that's...
Give it to me for free.
And it's kind of like jumping back to that, like, with Baldur's Gate 3. Like, the fact that they're updating it still.
Yeah.
As long as they're doing that, I think that's fine, because what you're doing is you are paying for that service. Because there was a time you got a game and it was garbage. There was a period there, and I can't say this for certain, but I'm really, really sure they were using us, the consumers, as testers,
I think they still are.
and they still are. I think it's
Grand Theft Auto 6.
I think it's gotten better. The new Saints Row. I think that it's gotten better because people have started picking up on that. Because
Yeah.
like Saints Row, did you ever play the newer one?
I never liked Saints Row.
Oh, okay. I love it. But Saints Row is a perfect example because you had 3 games. You know, the first one and second one were really well received. Third one was a little lukewarm, and then it went away for a while. And then, I mean, maybe they did 4, whatever, 3 or 4, and then it went away for a while, and they brought back this new one. For a game like that to make its rise out of the ashes, you know, and be as broken as it was at release from even what I played, I was kind of blown away. I was like, it's kind of like one of the games on my list is the new Fable game, right?
Fair.
So same kind of idea. You had this franchise that was really popular, kind of fizzled out by the end of it, that disappeared for what, 15 years, maybe?
Yeah.
The last one was on the 360.
I don't know. I never played them.
But then if you come out of the gate and it's bad, then I feel like
I'm kind of thinking in this like realm of like there's this because like Cyberpunk, what a fucking crazy ass thing that happened with that.
true. But Cyberpunk, I will give it a little bit of credit because it was really ambitious.
Very ambitious, yes.
And it was trying to saddle on older console onto new console. It was a really bad business plan, but it was really weird.
But there was
situation.
also an expectation of release.
Yes.
And that's another really big thing is like I feel like, which is why like I'm glad, you know, I'm never not going to play it.
It's
but
40% off.
Cyberpunk?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Skyrim 6. Who knows when that's going to happen as well.
Hey, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But or not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6. But it's like I feel like Grand Theft Auto 6 it's scheduled to come out this year.
It's not going to happen.
I think it is because of the tester thing.
I don't know.
Because there is now this it's the people are pressing it. If I was actually the publisher, I'd be like, okay, this is what the internet choose. You can have it this year, but you're going to be testing it. Or you can wait another year. It's stop fucking complaining and it'll be a complete game. What do you want?
I don't know. I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't because what is it?
Rocksteady.
Rockstar.
Rocksteady is Cowboy Bebop. Not Cowboy Bebop. I'm being
Rockstar.
It's Rockstar. I'm thinking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I know, especially this is going to be kind of controversial, I think, especially with that whole fucking, you know, their subscription to GTA Online thing and all that kind of stuff. But
Wait, do you have to pay for a subscription for
you
that?
can.
Oh, okay. I was like, am I paying for something that I'm
No.
not using?
This is way after you were playing it.
Oh, okay.
This is way after. No, they did this, no ads version kind of thing.
Fair, okay.
You know, you get a monthly allowance in game, and you get certain skins. And
Yeah.
It's a pretty extensive list.
Cool.
But I know that caused a lot of issues with people, but it's like they turned it into an MMO, which it kind of all really was from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I just was kind of like, whatever, because there was a conversation about them making you pay to play at all, and I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And they ended up not doing that. But I feel like they listen to their consumer base pretty well.
Yeah.
And kind of give them what they want. And I don't think that, especially after that online thing, they don't want to shake the faith in their main money maker.
Yeah, fair.
So I don't know.
It's like one of those things like,
because that's also, I don't
people
know.
are going to buy it.
It's also, but also Grand Theft Auto 6. Is that what it's at now? 6?
Yeah.
It's really ambitious sounding on what they're trying to do with it.
It really is, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. It's getting, we're at that turning point again that we get every few years. You know, we're right there of like, these games are going to get pretty wild on what they're able to do.
What was the last game that really broke our brains like that?
Cyberpunk was supposed to.
It really was.
And it ended up, I mean, Cyberpunk got great.
Spider-Man really did a great job with that.
What, Marvel's?
Yeah. The first one. Just like, that was the first one with an open world like that was so clean.
Oh yeah, like the actual like transversing it and
Yeah.
seamless, and even the jumping from Miles to Peter, Peter to Miles thing.
I'm not even talking about like Miles Morales. I'm talking about the first Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought you
and
meant the new one.
they cleaned it up even more. I still want to play the second one.
Oh, I always forget about that. You instantaneously you jump from Peter to Miles like that.
Yeah,
It's
what
pretty
I've heard,
crazy. And just the entire island that is New York City, that giant.
Yeah,
It just it's like butter.
it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Because like you can't, I mean, the way that they updated that into, from what I've heard, is mind breaking compared to like even like how crazy cool it was in the first one.
well, yeah, I mean, and it could be our age, because I remember and again, in the grand scheme of things, not going back that far, but the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man game,
Oh God!
and
so
that
bad.
was fucking rad at the time.
The Spider-Man 2. That's the one that was received well
I only really remember playing the first one.
against the Green Goblin.
Yeah,
Oh damn!
I loved it. Well, because I love too that, I don't know. Did you know you can get the Green Goblin? You can play as a Green Goblin at the end.
No.
So once you beat it, you can unlock the Green Goblin, and you can. And it actually changes. Like you use this glider and everything.
That's
like that.
crazy.
But what they do then is that you can replay the game as Green Goblin. But it's just the story of Spider-Man. But you're the Goblin.
That sounds wild.
It's wild. But yeah, like looking at that and then looking at what they did with the two most recent Spider-Man games, you're just kind of like, that's what I mean about that. And it really isn't that big of a change of time. And just like I was even watching clips the other day of Oblivion, speaking of Elder Scrolls, and woof.
Oh yeah.
That game is a dog.
Well, it's like even like to go back and look at graphics of the early PlayStation 2, just early PlayStation 1, really rough.
Yeah.
But like PlayStation 2, like I remember Final Fantasy X when that came out. Holy crap, did that break my brain on like how crisp the cutscenes were, and to like even and then it would go into like the actual gameplay, and it's like, oh yeah, well it's clearly like this is the gameplay, this is the cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like so fucking. It's like which one is my? Like I remember what game? The Last of Us. There'd be moments when I would just be sitting there just watching the screen, like, this is gameplay. Oh, this is gameplay.
Well, yeah, and it's like we officially have gotten, because there was that period too where you'd have the cinematic scenes, the trailers to kind of give you an idea what the story was and everything, and it was always this stark difference.
Yeah.
And we're kind of at the point where
it's not there.
Not really there anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, Lobotom says mixture of cinematics and gameplay.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of hard to tell what the difference is, which is kind of a funny, I'm like, you kind of maybe should have just been doing that from the get-go. Like even with the worse or the less graphics,
okay,
and then
but even like it's so in a lot of story-based games in the early PlayStation 2 era, there was still cinematics that weren't, or I guess cutscenes that weren't the amazing cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
They had this like there's like 5 to 7 big cinematic scenes where it's like great animation and whatnot, but then like the rest of the game is like, oh no, you're just watching the characters. Oh, it's a different angle of them running down the bridge while they're talking, but it's like very like, I'm a PlayStation 2 character,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny that we're getting into this after our conversation with last week about Polar Express and the evolution of motion capture and everything like that.
Well, I mean, I don't even know when like I wish I should know this. But when video games really officially started, like motion capture is kind of like the regular thing to do now. It's, like unless it's a game like Astro Bot or Mario, that's very much still designed in a video game lab of that sense. But like anything that you have like an actual like human character, they're doing motion capture with now, and I mean, the earliest I can think of it is I forget what studio it is, but Heavy Rain was one of the earliest I can think of.
Heavy Rain. Man, I haven't thought about that in a long time.
And then that studio did their sequel with with Elliot Page and Willem Dafoe. Yeah, more Willem Dafoe today. I forget the name of that one. I tried to watch that. I think it was like Beyond Two Souls or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hard game to play. It wasn't very interesting. Elliot Page sued them.
Yeah, I remember that. Is Willem Dafoe in 11 minutes?
I don't know what 11 minutes is.
It's a,
I feel like we've been really... Am I getting quieter?
huh?
I feel like I'm getting quieter. So I'm thinking.
I think Willem Dafoe's in 11 minutes.
What's 11 minutes?
It's a game that sounded really 12 minutes. Okay, 12 minutes is an adventure game developed by Lunasum Antonio and blah 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 by Annapurna.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's on Netflix. You can play it on Netflix.
Interesting.
That's weird. The game takes place loosely in a small apartment suite and requires the player to repeatedly play through events of a 12-minute cycle to try and solve the mystery.
Ooh.
It's like a cop shows up and his wife, the main character's wife, is dead, and you're trying to figure out if he did it or not, and then you have 12 minutes before they arrest him or kill him, or you have to try and solve it in this kind of rogue loop kind of thing. And
That's really cool. I want to play that.
it didn't do well. From what I mean, it's got pretty okay scores. Yeah, I remember people saying it wasn't very good, but like 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5 stars, 75 out of 100. Okay.
You know, we keep seeing like
Weird.
bringing up like I feel like
I really thought people didn't like this game.
there's such a divide. You know, like, I'm thinking about like with reviews. When you're talking about the red one, how it got panned, and yeah, I think I saw some stuff online of like just someone like I can't believe blah 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 blah. I think there's just this difference of like not the common, but there's the studio, like when the studio is like presenting the movie, it's like New York Times raves blah 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 blah. This thing says it's so good, it's an amazing. Like they're bringing out the pop words in the in the commercials, and then you got the person's like at home on their fucking TikTok like it's everything that I've already watched before, and you're like, it's every game I've ever watched before, or it's every game I've ever played before. To it's amazing, blah 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 blah. 8 out of 10. It's
yeah,
like,
I mean, it all needs to be kind of looked at through like you said, the container that it's in.
yeah.
But, and then also for another one, the greasy wheel, or what is it? The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yeah.
That really cuts through a lot is the negativity on stuff. And that's just a thing on life in general. It's just
Wise words from Tommy. It's really just life in general.
Life in general is just loud.
Fuck 2024.
Annoying things really pop through.
Yeah, we're running around to like about an hour-ish right now. Do we have any last things we want to bring up?
Well, it was kind of... I don't know if I actually finished my thought on the video game thing because we went on to this.
I have no idea as well.
But my thought that I was trying to get to... And if I'm repeating myself, just stop me and I'll shut up. But like with this kind of... We're kind of... Oh, yeah, the testing thing. We're kind of in this lucky point. It's kind of a, double-edged like sword in the sense of... It's kind of cool. It's kind of annoying. Actually, let me start with the negative. It's kind of annoying that these companies can put out these products that aren't done, that are clear, and some of them are clearly not done. Like, not even trying to hide the fact they're not done. And then they do updates, whatever, so on and so forth. But what is cool that is able to happen now is that because so many people can go and play these things, we, as the consumers, are doing things that maybe this team of 20, 40, 100 people, depending on how big the studio is, never in a million years would have done these sequence of events to create that. And it's something that it would have broken the game, 20 years ago. And the game would have just been then at this point, 3/4 of the way through the game.
Oh, yeah.
You can't
play it anymore.
You can't beat it. You got to start over and not do that thing you did.
Like what happened to Fallout 3 with you. No, Fallout 4. But I guess there could have been an update to fix that.
There has been since. But yeah, that glitch ended that gameplay. I could not finish that storyline until
really curious what you did.
I did. It was when you're doing the.
No, like, but
Yeah, I'm just letting them know.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
when you're doing the array to pick which side you're gonna to get to the institute. I don't know what I did, but I put the array down and it did not work. It was there and I was like, all right, go in and turn it on. You go in and turn it on, and it just did not work. And that ended the main quest. And I still to this day have not beaten the main quest of Fallout 4. And guess what? We'll never do it because I don't give a shit about the main quest of Fallout 4. I never did. I just wanted to get through it. But so it's like, yeah, it's kind of catch-22 with the whole thing, because it is really cool that they can go in and go, shit. Like, we did not know that this, A plus B would equal this C that just craps it out. That's really unfortunate. But all right, we'll put our team on it and we'll fix it. Or even like that, or even being able to add J.K. Simmons as a new character. A new character?
no, he's the Lord of Merkel. He's the guy he's the king of Moonrise
You say
Tower.
that like I have any idea what the fuck you're talking about.
because
Okay?
you've played that part of the game.
I don't remember anyone's names.
He's the guy
Karlach. That's all I care about.
Moonrise Towers.
The
He's
undead
the king.
dude.
Yeah,
The necromancer dude.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, you mean the king, right? The one of the armor, not Balthasar, not the wizard.
The skull and bone armor.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
That's J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
Okay. I don't fucking remember.
Oh God, damn.
I haven't played it 4 times. Excuse me. He's played it 4 times.
But also, kind of, hey, this is interesting to kind of wrap that back into that. Is Larian is doing the right thing with this update.
Exactly.
They're gonna, you can sign up and then you get the invite to experiment with the patch
Yeah.
of this update, so they know what needs to be fixed for these crashes. See, maybe, I mean, and there's a lot more studios that are releasing betas for this thing.
Well, I think that betas are coming back, demos are coming back,
Oh God, yes.
which I'm really happy about.
Yeah.
Which is really great, because even Black Myth, there's a demo for that on PlayStation.
Well, generally, and I think if they're doing demos correct now, is you get like 2 hours of free gameplay.
Yeah, and do whatever you want in those 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, beginning of the game type thing.
Well, no, but you could even just turn on the game and it will count. It started. You can sit in the menu.
Yeah, but like you can't like. What demos used to be was like you'd get like in the middle of a random level.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is an open world game. You just explore the open world for the 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can do the story. You can walk around. You could go in a circle.
Yeah.
We don't care. It's not on this track like they used to be, unless the game is obviously
On a track.
On a track. But like, I got to check that out and was like, this is really cool. I'm really glad I got to play around with it. This isn't my thing. It's Two Souls like. I'm not going to sit through it. I don't have that mentality just to that willpower to boom, 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 the same thing, or I'm just not going to. But it was really cool to see it. But it's even like what like you're saying with, Baldur's Gate. They're doing it the exact right way. And even Project City Red with Cyberpunk. They released that and it was a really big dumpster fire. And they spent a lot of time and a lot of money to make it what they said they were going to do. And, No Man's Sky was a similar example. They had all these things. They promised them. They came out and not a single thing worked like they said it was going to. And then they went, you know what? Our bad. So we're going to fix it. And it's only kind of a bummer because that happened, and I feel like that really tarnished the reputation of those games. But
Yeah.
like No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk is like, if you kind of stuck with it and you went through it, the final reward was kind of worth the wait, because Cyberpunk was really, really enjoyable, great story.
Yeah.
I still play No Man's Sky casually to this day and have a great time. Just it's my chill out cruiser.
That was never my cup of tea in general. So
Yeah, but it's my very zen game, just kind of going around exploring planets and stuff, But that's kind of what my end thought was. It is like, I do feel like for a long time there, they were just giving us stuff to be the ones to be like, to outcry about how it wasn't working, to then fix it. And I kind of feel like it is kind of going back into more a genuinely, here you go. It may not be, let us know. And they're still using us as testers, but it doesn't feel like they're trying to trick us into being testers.
yeah, it's not like that's how it felt,
That's how it felt.
and was probably being done for a minute.
It felt like they were really like, yep, just don't pop open the hood. And it'll be-"
Used car salesman.
yeah, fucking Danny DeVito and Matilda.
It's fucking snake oil. Fucking
Yeah, and it really felt like that for a long time, that they were just giving us broken shit so that we could tell them, and so they wouldn't have to pay their people.
Yeah.
What they're supposed to be.
Why we got to pay a tester? Do we got an entire?
We can get paid for them to test it. Is it just really what it felt like? And
Yeah.
it really feels like a shift has happened in that industry, and people are like, that's
There
not
were some
doing that.
lawsuits, I think, probably with that at some point. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you just think this is just like you didn't hear anything. I'm
Yeah.
sure. But he also with these big companies too, they protect themselves,
Yeah.
pretty adequately. Yeah.
Well, I had a couple other things I wanted to bring up, but I don't think we have time.
I mean, there's no one here today.
I mean, it's true, but I also don't want this to be a 2-hour-long episode. We're at like an hour and 10 right now.
20 more minutes. Make it an hour and a half.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, I mean, what's funny is I tried to bring up David Harbour in a very coy way with Alone in the Dark, and then we just went down a fucking rabbit hole of video games in
For
general.
what?
Stranger Things Part 3.
Oh,
or is it
yeah.
Part 3?
Part
5.
Part 5. I don't know.
We're so excited for it, we don't even know where it's at.
This is the last one, right?
Yes, it is. I mean, I'm just like, I started kind of, I think there was a moment I trailed off in my brain with what you were talking about. And I started thinking about David Harbour and why we haven't seen a lot of David Harbour stuff, because he's fucking great and he could be particular about what he does. But thinking about in the last year, 2 years, like 2024 and 2025, what he's had come out has been probably some very time-consuming things. Because Alone in the Dark, which is all motion capture video game, that's a couple of months of work right there, if not half a year. Stranger Things Part 5, which is, from what I've read, 9 episodes. Every episode is essentially a feature-length film. So, like, each episode's probably an hour 15 to 2 hours long. Yeah.
I wonder what the decision was with that.
What do you mean?
To make them all that long. Like, you could still film them and then cut them up and then make it 2 more seasons. Or why they have to do... They started doing that hour and...
I think it's just, I don't know.
45-minute
I don't know, the way they wanted to do it.
Yeah,
They're experimenting.
I know.
It's working.
I said
It's working for me. at
I
least.
wonder if there's an explanation to that from
It's an
them.
experiment. That's the explanation.
It's
Wow.
not an
Sorry.
experiment.
Why wouldn't it be an experiment?
Creature Commandos. That's another one he's been
Yeah,
working on.
Creature Commandos. Thank you.
That's also, I mean...
Well, he's a very minor role in that. Or, oh, no, he's not.
Really. He's Frankenstein.
Yeah, but I just realized, like, he's introduced in the second episode.
But he's then...
And he's just
in it.
regular in it.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
that's
like
funny.
He's in it.
He's like it's like Frankenstein is like Pepe Le Pew is like a funny.
Basically, yeah.
But then and Thunderbolts, Marvel, like
And then
And-
then What If
Yeah.
by
it's like the
transition.
dude's been doing a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, he's been working.
Yeah,
And there's that other movie, Night of the Zooapocalypse, that animated one. The I mentioned it a while ago. A wolf and a mountain lion team up when a meteor unleashes zombies into their zoo.
oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. And David Harbour.
I really like him, and I want to see more David Harbour. He's like the old the Schwarzenegger guy. I don't know, but Stranger Things Part 5, very interested, very excited for. I kind of wanted us to, maybe we can wait and put that off. I want us to like break down the characters and talk where we think their trajectory is going to go in the final season.
Oh, okay. Now that I've like finally rewatched it and caught up again. I don't know. I'll say the one thing is I was really hoping, but I don't think Eddie's coming back.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like I remember, like when you kind of first were kind of restarting it, and I'd already finished it for a second time, and I was like, "Eddie's not coming back." And you're like, "I don't know, he might." I'm like, I really don't think he is, but like you gotta finish it, and you'll kind of see what I mean.
They
could.
They made
I mean,
it.
anything
They can.
is fucking possible.
Yeah, they've definitely made a series where they could, in any way, shape, or form, bring him back if they wanted to.
Because
I don't think that's really
if they
the most
bring
logical.
Eddie back, they have to also, in a weird way, somehow find a way to bring Bob back and Barbara.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Why do they have to do that?
Because of all of the not even I shouldn't say because of that. That's part of it. The people that have been like the ones who have been wanting to come back, like Justice for Barbara, Justice for Bob, even Alex, or no, what do you call him? Smirnoff? No. What did he,
The peanut butter bandit or whatever.
The peanut butter bandit.
Talking about the Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut butter bandit.
Yeah. He's the peanut butter smuggler.
No, not him. In season 4, the Russian that wants the Slurpees.
Oh, Alexei,
yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Did he call him Stoli? He called him a vodka.
Smirnoff,
yeah. Did I say Smirnoff?
I don't
know. But because there's always been like a character introduced every season that has died. So that's why I don't think Eddie is going to come back.
So wait, there's
Barbara season 1, Bob season 2, season 3 was Alexei, season 4 Eddie.
You could do like a weird take on the Four Horsemen.
And that's what I'm saying, exactly. If they do bring back Eddie,
I don't think they have to.
They would. I feel like it would be necessary for them to bring back all of the ones that the callback to all the ones that died in the series in the seasons previous.
I don't think they'd have to, but
But that's their style of writing.
I now like the idea of
them being the four,
some kind of weird upside down Four Horsemen of Apocalypse thing. But the thing is, Bob didn't die in the upside down, and neither did
Alexei. You could argue that Barbara may not have died in the upside down.
She did though.
She could have been mauled by a Demogorgon in...
No, but there's her in the pool and
getting eaten by a Demogorgon
in the upside down.
In the pool.
In the upside down pool. She's in the upside... The pool's not full of water. Natty! And then she gets pulled down and then...
Oh, I always kind of assumed that was like a nightmare, not like an actual...
it might have been.
I never really assumed that was like the actual... I need to go back and rewatch that scene. Or just that series of events.
Yeah.
Now just pull out a mustache hair. But yeah, see, I mean, yeah, maybe we'll save that for another episode. Okay. Talk about Stranger Things Part 5 when we have the official release date. Early 2025 is what we got.
They're probably going to do summer.
You think it's going to be summer? That's not early 2025.
No, but I don't know. I don't believe any of this shit when they're like...
I think they're going to...
Unless there's a date. Unless they're like November blank.
I think it's going to be like spring break-ish time. So April to May. Like mid-late April, early mid-May. That's my prediction. You hear it from me now.
Sorry.
Oh. All right. And same with the David Harbors, I want to see Thunderbolts too. Out of all the Marvel stuff, that one is probably the one I'm more interested in.
I'm so over superhero shit.
I know you are. I am kind of too. The fatigue has happened.
Even the Superman thing, I'm like, I don't care. Because I kind of cared when they were gonna do Blue Beetle, when they did Blue Beetle, because that's cool.
Poorly.
It's like Blue Beetle I like Blue Beetle a lot. I'm not the biggest fan, but I know his origin and his like different variations, and he's an interesting character.
George Lopez was great in that.
And then that movie came out, and it was just such a womp womp. I was like, I don't care anymore. Like, all you're doing is giving service to the big names, and then even doing those poorly, but then you're going to bring out the first one. Do
you feel like we have kind of gone full circle back to what the...
like Ghost Rider era?
Kind of like the sequels of like when X-Men 2 and 3, like when it was just kind of like popping in characters, like superheroes.
Oh, yeah. Like, I see what you mean by like having like, yeah, I mean, X-Men 2 started doing that, but it wasn't really till X3 that you're like, wow, they really just don't give a shit about any other property.
It's like one thing to kind of like do like a fan service Easter egg pop type thing, like a name or like or foreshadowing to a character that'll be which is what the MCU was doing for the better part of a decade.
Yeah, like I mean, like the weird like example of good Easter egg using is the very first Arkham game, Batman Arkham Asylum. That game is full of little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
That you never commit to a character. Like, you find a cell and it's frozen over. Mr. Freeze is in there. Yeah. And because it's frozen over, it didn't open. He can't get out, so you're not going to fight him in this game. And then they bring him in the second. You know what I mean? Like, that was the smart way of doing it. You find Calendar Man's cell. You find all these things, And that was a really good way of doing it because you're not committing. But then to put Toad, like Toad's in that series twice.
He is?
Yeah. And then they brought him back in fucking Deadpool.
Yeah, that was funny though in Deadpool.
He is in the first one, obviously, you
Yeah.
know, the lightning scene and that whole thing. And then he's in the third one and he's at the meeting
Oh yeah.
with Magneto and the other mutants making the Brotherhood of Mutants. And then they bring, and you're like, have y'all just not watched any of the previous movies at all? Like,
Yeah.
even a morbid curiosity, like, oh, what did they do with their story just to make sure it makes some fucking sense? But whatever. I mean, I don't know where.
So yeah, I mean, I was asking if we feel like we've gone full circle back into.
Oh yeah, and I just think that is like the fact that they like Blue Beetle. They bring in, you know, it's like these first movies are kind of important in the sense of creating new fans and then also showing old fans.
Well, and like giving a spotlight. Maybe that's not the right term, but like a way to like these lesser known, very popular in the comic book world, lesser known heroes, you know, a chance to shine.
Yeah,
You know?
and especially in this like world too, where it's like, you know, a comic book character that is now primarily not played by a white guy. You know, having a more diverse. It's like you have these superheroes that are more diverse, and I just don't feel like they were getting the love and care that they could have. Like really to give a launching point to this other
like Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, yeah, you know, or what was the other one? The Wakanda Forever.
Black Panther.
Yeah. What was the bad guy? The Aquaman of the Marvel universe in that.
What? Aquaman of the What?
What is the name of the Marvel Aquaman? I can't remember what his name is.
God damn it! And now I'm forgetting it too. Begins with an M. N.
Like that movie, I don't know. I found Wakanda Forever. I mean, the beginning with the whole like tribute to him and everything, that was really sweet.
That was really.
But as a movie, I was just like, I just don't.
Yeah, it didn't. Namor.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Namor.
Yeah, that movie didn't fully grab me.
I mean, one of our friends found Namor really hot, and I was like, yeah, get it.
Yeah.
It's Namor. He's like half naked the whole time. Yeah. And he's a fish guy. You know,
Do you remember that?
I felt like they were saying it to me in this like I would think it was weird, and I'm like,
no.
Comic book people are sexy, like kind of across the board.
Have you seen the Rick and Morty episode?
Probably not.
Where Rick's actual like his arch nemesis is like this guy like of the sea. Like, he lands in the ocean. He's like, wait, where are we, Morty? Like, we're in the ocean. No, oh god damn it.
Yeah.
And he just like he's seducing everybody constantly.
But yeah,
are fish sexy?
It's kind of funny. And what I thought you meant about coming kind of back full circle, and what I meant about Ghost Rider is that we're just kind of back into that phase of just really mediocre.
Yeah.
Superhero movies, and that's why I'm interested. I'm gonna watch it. I'm interested in Superman, and I'm curious. But I
mean, the biggest thing that keeps me interested in it is that this is the true, like, soft, hard, medium cooked reboot that it's James Gunn officially starting his DCU. It's not the DCEU anymore. Mm-hmm. It's now the official DCU. And then they have their other worlds. I don't know what the fucking...
Their
Elseworld stuff.
Where does Pattinson fit into that?
Elseworlds.
He's in Elseworlds.
His own.
So does that mean we're getting another Batman?
Yeah, the Batman 2?
No, but in this...
yeah, probably.
We're getting a new Batfleck?
It'd be cool if they just did Robert Pattinson in that, but I don't know.
No, it's actually really funny. No, it's really funny. Now I'm thinking about it. It's kind of doing the Nolan... thing, but in reverse. It's like, well, not reverse, but it's the same thing. Well, because like Christian Bale's Batman didn't make it over into with Henry Cavill, but now we're doing it again. So like this Superman's gonna be in the universe, but then this Batman is gonna be his own set thing and then an Elseworld. It's like, why can't Batman just...
Well,
bring him over.
one, the container of the world that James Gunn has created for the Superman is wildly different than...
Oh, I would hate that.
Yeah.
I would hate that crossover.
Yeah.
Just, I don't... no, but I'm also like, I don't want another fucking Batman movie.
I mean,
As a Batman fan, I don't want any more. I want it to sit and simmer.
I mean, that could be a thing that where James Gunn is going is that it may not necessarily just be, there's going to be a Superman movie, then a Hawkgirl movie, and then a Green Lantern movie. It could be this is Superman, and then next is Infinite Crisis. Next,
Yeah, but I mean, he's doing, I don't know.
Because what he's doing in this one is one of the things from the trailers that I feel that is being worked with is it's a world already lived in. It's a world where people already know there is a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
There is a Mr. Terrific. There is a so-and-so. There is this.
Yeah.
There is this.
Get to the point. Well, because it's the team that is my problem with it.
Why?
Because we did that. As you
when?
were saying that, because we were doing that, we did that with Justice League and everything. We started introducing these characters without really giving them enough of their own. Like we always talked about the Marvel did it over the 10 years thing. They started introducing, flushing out everybody to have their own kind of personality. So when they had their ensemble, you had your favorites and everything like that. And then we kind of really bum rushed it with, I say we, but it was bum rushed with the Justice League. And I was like, that's my problem. But then now that you're talking about it, I'm also like, but this is also James Gunn, and he did it with Guardians of the Galaxy, and it worked out fine.
Exactly. And
So
I think you're getting around. You're moving. You're not seeing the point where I was going, because he's creating this world that's already lived in with all these superheroes. Yeah, they did that with Justice League, but it's almost as if the world around them didn't know about the Flash, didn't know about Batman, didn't know about Superman, didn't know about Wonder Woman. This is a world where people know there is a Green Lantern. The common populace know there is superheroes.
yeah, we're jumping into season 2 of the Justice League.
Yeah, because maybe season 1 of the Justice League didn't have Superman yet. They had to go on that voice. So it's
technically Superman was introduced in.
It's more in a sense of like a created world,
It's a lived-in, already fleshed out world.
Yeah,
I get that.
and like that's kind of what the Guardians of the Galaxy, in the Guardians universe, and nobody on Earth knows who the Guardians are, and that's also another thing like with the Marvel, with MCU and whatnot. It's like Iron Man is kind of the first superhero that people know about. I mean, sure, Ant-Man, you have like the history of, the first Avenger, Captain America, and World War II, and what the Avengers secretly were doing with, Ant-Man and whatnot.
Yeah, but those are all military ops.
Exactly.
It's a different.
And then, like the first Iron Man, it's kind of like now the world is getting to know that there's these super-powered people.
Yeah. The weapons mongrel
became
a superhero. I don't know. I just with superheroes stuff now, I just really have a little reservation with them.
Whenever there's a new way to present it like that, it makes me interested. It makes me go, okay, how are you going to do this?
Know what it is too, actually, with the fatigue. I think is interesting. Is I'm tired of restarting.
I mean, that's totally fair.
I think I just had that like a little like light bulb went off in my head. I am really tired of restarting with new people and new versions of them. And, like the second you get used to Batfleck and you're like, all right, well, this is Batman, fucking George Clooney shows up on the screen. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that.
And you're like, okay, I get what you're doing. I don't think it's entertaining. Like I find it, and it's whenever they do these reboots, and it's like people are going to get older, things are going to change, contracts. I get that, but it's just as a consumer, it's just sitting there and just really like I'm just really.
Do you feel the same way with the plethora of different like storyline, like comic storylines in general? There are.
I have completely fallen off. I think I keep my ear to it in the sense if there are ones that I really, really want, which I have like a list at home, and I just am waiting for the omnibuses, but I am not trying to keep up on the
Because
52
it's
or whatever. It's
yeah.
not even the new 52 anymore. It's a
No.
new thing.
I feel like they ended the new 52.
But it's
I think.
but it's a whole new.
Yeah.
They're doing it again. And
Exactly.
I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yep. It's
Relearning.
like comics. It's like comics have just been doing this for years, so it's you either just accept it with the movies or you don't. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's still crazy that the MCU is going.
Well, technically going strong. Like maybe not in the sense of the writing and everything, but it's like they're still making them. They're pumping them out. They're now making satire shows about the movies.
Show had so much promise.
I still like it.
I fell off already.
Oh yeah, I watch it weekly, and I think the premise is, what is it called? I'm totally blanking.
I can't remember as well.
The franchise.
The franchise, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know, it's a Max show. I know that people have been really lukewarm about it, but it's just it's a satire on
funny.
making Marvel movies.
It's
A superhero
satire.
Yeah, it's really funny, and it's because I have this exhaustion just seeing all the people behind the scenes also have the like.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the producer comes in and is like, yeah, we killed off all your fish people. And he's like,
But they're like,
but they're pivotal to my
next
movie.
movie.
They're at the fish kingdom. He's like, yeah, no, but they died in the last movie. So
you got to figure that out.
he's just like, it's like, it's funny. And having the fatigue is helping with that. But it's like, yeah, that's once they start making satires about your shit, you have made it into the zeitgeist. You have made it into the pop culture forever, So yeah, you did it.
Well, I mean, there was also, remember the satire superhero movie that came out like 20.
Oh, you mean like disaster movie? Like
Yeah.
Or not disaster, but like scary movie and stuff like that.
Epic movie, scary movie. Disaster movie was one of them.
I don't count. I mean, I totally get your point, but I don't mean like that because it'll just make satire based on. That's more. Yeah. That's more the genre, but the franchise feels very pointed to Marvel.
Fair.
You know what I mean? It's
fair.
They are looking at Marvel and being like, I made you something.
Even like the producer's name is very close.
Yeah.
to
I'm like,
Kevin.
they looked at Marvel and went, why not? I would actually like to look in there and see if some of the writers worked on Marvel.
Maybe.
We're like, fuck you. No, it's very pointed to like those big studios and the what they're doing.
Okay, we need to wrap up.
Yeah, I figured. Any last thoughts?
Last words. First time.
What is that? The Ballad of
Something Skoggs, Billy
You
Skoggs.
talking about the James Franco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a Coens Brother movie
Ballad
series.
of the Ballad of Buzzy Hootabata. I can't remember. It's the. That's a really good movie.
I actually never watched all the way through. Yeah.
Oh,
I need to watch it.
Oh, you do. It's cool. It's just like a little bunch of mini anthology westerns.
Yeah.
It's great. It was really funny.
Are we doing our weird time stuff?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do
Block?
time movies
What did I call it? From Another Time.
from another time. What are we starting with? Yeah, do we know? Or
We need to figure that out because I
So-
think I got 5 movies on the list. We need to like solidify what 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you for listening. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. On there, you'll see all of our promos, and then that will take you to our profiles. And on our profiles is our link tree. I know it's a lot of steps, but it's the easiest way. On there, we're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. I want to figure out how
I think
to
that's
do.
pretty much it.
I know, but I really want to
Figure
figure
it
out the Spotify
The
video,
thing. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, so give us a like, follow, and comment on whatever you're looking forward to this year.
Yeah, let us know. Maybe us shutting up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe more of us.
I'd like to not hear any more episodes. This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is
Tommy and Jacob's mixtape.
Bye bye.